Hello everyone, I'm Heidi Blankenship, a member of the 2016 ICE Resin Design team, and today I want to share with you how you can take pre-made paper flowers and alter them to look like beautiful crystal or glass-like flowers. Okay, here is the finished project that I designed, and you can see all these beautiful flowers on here. And like I said, once the ice resin has cured, they have that beautiful clear crystal finish on them, and they kind of have the appearance of like a crystal or glass like flowers. Okay. I also used some of the ice enamels medium and the relic powder in raspberry along the edges, and there's vintage sheet music in the background with ice resin on it too. So there will be a full step-by-step tutorial with pictures on the ice resin blog. So I just want to give you a look here at, these are the flowers that I started out with. Okay, so they're just basic paper flowers, and then I mixed in a few different colors of perfect pearls in with the resin, and then I also added some of the glitz gold glitter. So let's get started. Okay, now the first thing that you're going to do is take the paper flowers, and then I just used one of these little brushes here. These are great little brushes to have on hand, and I dipped them in the paper sealer, and then I went over all the petals on the front and the back, and it kind of stiffens them up a little bit, but it also seals that paper. So these ones here are already dry. These are a couple that I did. Okay, so we'll set this aside. And then I've already went ahead and mixed up a little bit of the green, but I'm just going to show you. I took some of the pink bubble gum in the perfect pearls. Just use this little tool here, and I'm just going to drop a little bit of that in there. And this is going to tint the ice resin, but it's also going to kind of give it that pearlized look that the perfect pearls has. So it's up to you how much you'd like to put in there. You know, you can start out with a little, and you can always add more if you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir this up and make sure that that gets mixed in really good. You can see the beautiful, it's like a kind of a rosy pink, and then it's got kind of that pearl look in there. Okay. So just make sure that this is mixed in really good. Okay, and then the flower, I'm going to go ahead and show you the largest flower. Okay, so what I did, I started out, and if you want to, you can use gloves when you're doing this. I just held on to the stems of the flowers. But I'm just going in and I'm dropping some of this color in and kind of brushing it out on the flower. This isn't anything you have to be real careful about or anything. Like I said, the flower is already kind of stiff from the paper sealer. So I'm just going to add this in here, and you're just going to keep going until you have all the petals coated. And I like to do the front and the back of them, because sometimes depending upon what you're going to use these for, you might also see like the sides of them. And you know, so you just want to make sure that you have a really good coverage on it. Just got a little bit more here. And this is just a fun way where you can kind of change up your flowers, and once the ice resin cures, it's just a really beautiful, kind of almost like a crystally glass kind of look to the flowers. And if they don't completely seal too with, you know, like if you don't get every single little spot of the flowers with the paper sealer, they will get kind of like a translucent look to the paper. But I think that just adds some character to it, and it just enhances the look. It's really pretty when they have that kind of crystally look to them. So just add a little bit more on the back here. We're almost done with this part. Okay, all right. So you have a good coating there. Now I'm just going to set this down here, and I should mention too, I'm using like a white garbage bag underneath here. These are great to be able to use when you need to set something down to dry, for the ice resin to dry on. then once it's dry, your pieces won't stick to it. And I'm just using a baby wipe, and I'm wiping off the brush here to get that nice and clean. And then I'm going to come in with just a little bit of the green and add that to this, drop that into the center there. Kind of get those stamens kind of a green color. If you want, you can kind of pull some of the color up towards the inside petals too. But I just wanted to add like a second color in there. And then I'm going to set the 2 little cups of ice resin aside here for just a second. Okay. And then what I like to do when I'm working with flowers like this, if I need it to be upright for it to dry, I take a foam block and I'm just going to set this inside the foam block. You could lay the flower down. The only problem is if the flower's laying down, then the green might all roll kind of, you know, to one side. So I'm just going to set this, oops, push the wire down in here. This one's got a little bit shorter wire on it. So, okay, so we have the 2 colors of the resin on there. And then I'm just going to kind of dip my finger into the glitter. Just kind of roll that a little bit and add some of the glitter to the center of that flower. Okay, so then you can kind of see here, I'll tilt that up so you can see it. You can see how this totally changed the look of these flowers. So I just think it's really beautiful. They have that kind of, like I said, kind of a crystal or glass look to them. So I'll set this aside here, and then I'll give you one more look at the finished project. So there will also be pictures up on the ICE Resin blog with a full step-by-step tutorial on how to create this project too. So thanks so much for joining me today, and if you would like to see more of my design work, you can visit my blog at embellishedreams.blogspot.com, and for more inspiration using all of the wonderful ICE Resin products, please visit iceresin.com. Thanks. Bye-bye.